When one has doubt in the Tathagata's wisdom, that is, he does not entrust himself completely to his working, but clings to his own capacity for salvation, he does not progress beyond the borderland. This is caused by not accepting the Buddha's wisdom as it is. People have doubt in the Buddha wisdom, which is beyond conception, and rely on the merits of the Nembutsu pronounced through their calculation. As a result, they will not advance from the borderland of slothfulness and false pride to the true land. These people have no feeling of gratefulness for Amida's benevolence. People who calculate the value of their sins and virtues, those doubting the inconceivable wisdom of Amida, enclose themselves in the castle of doubt or the womb palace, where they are incapable of having the joy of encountering the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The birth in the realm of sloth and complacency of the borderland is caused by doubting the Buddha's wisdom, that is, clinging to one's own virtue and not realizing the Buddha's work as it is. Because such a doubting mind is very heinous, one is held there and wastes many years. Thus is it stated in various sutras. The practicer of self-power is likened by Sakyamuni in the larger sutra to the princes of King Chakravartin being bound with chains of gold and isolated by the king for their misdeeds. Although the palace in which they were imprisoned was made of the 7 treasures with all of the luxuries, they were nonetheless prisoners. Those who practice the Nembutsu with belief in the efficacy of their own power and do not entrust themselves to the working of Amida's vow are, when they are born in the Pure Land, imprisoned in a jail made of the 7 treasures because of this grave crime of having no faith. As in the case of the princes of King Chakravartin, though the jail itself is luxurious, it is nonetheless a prison. Even those who practice the Nembutsu, depending on their own power and doubting the working of Amida, should, as well as the people of faith who have thrown aside all forms of self-calculation, pronounce the name in the realization of the benevolence of Amida's great compassion. People who try to utilize the good deeds that they perform through their own efforts for the sake of the attainment will be imprisoned in a jail made of the 7 treasures in the Pure Land. This is the natural consequence of their having doubt in the working of the Buddha's wisdom. Though looking to the name, the most fundamental of all goodness and virtue for salvation, if it is with the mind doubting the inconceivable Buddha wisdom, that is, calculating the benefits they gain through the practice of pronouncing the name, they are born in the realm of sloth and complacency, where they neither appreciate nor realize the Buddha's love and compassion. The Nembutsu practicers of self-power who do not trust themselves to the working of Amida, even after being born in the Pure Land, find themselves in a lotus bud in the borderland or in the womb palace. They are all discriminated against and looked down upon for relying upon their own power. Bound with doubt, they do not have faith in the Tathagata's wisdom, but calculating and believing in the value of their acts, whether virtuous or sinful, they diligently practice the fundamental good of pronouncing the name. Amida's wisdom is that which sees through our veritable ignorance and perfects the way for salvation. Those who do not entrust their salvation totally to that Buddha wisdom are born in the womb palace at the fringes of the Pure Land, where they do not attain the absolute wisdom. Such birth is compared to imprisonment. People born in the palace of the 7 treasures are to be confined there for 500 years, during which they cannot encounter the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Thus, how can they expect to assist in the salvation of other sentient beings? Even though they are born in the Pure Land, they are confined in the palace of the 7 treasures, from where they cannot gain escape for 500 years, and are made to suffer various disadvantages. This is the result of their fault, the mind doubting the compassion and having tenacious conviction in their own power.